Dédé wòyí ní gbogbo ìlú ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ ní gbogbo ibi tọ́wọ́jọ́ ètò yìí jáde akínyín anàyín lọ́gẹ̀ẹ́nu ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí àtàgbé yìí lọ́sàn-án ti tòní ìrí ayọ̀ àtàláfíà kó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa gbé òrè báyìí náà ni kó máa wọlé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Thank you everyone joining us. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. It's going to be a great time as we are going to be hosting one of our very own in the studio that will be having this conversation together. For those of you that you are connecting, for those of you that you are listening to us, for those of you that you believe in what we are doing, I sincerely welcome every one of you to this beautiful time on the African Portal Radio TV International. It's going to be a lovely, beautiful hour on the African Portal Radio TV International. Kindly make sure you share this program. Kindly share it. Let's do it together. Let's roll it together. Let's jingle it together. We're going to be having Dr. Awotiku on the program that we are going to be having this conversation. Actually, this is a career ride whereby we talk about things that is necessary for the youth. We put this together to promote what he is doing and also to enlighten the youth in our community, most especially in Nigeria, whereby the governing body in charge of the university on strike for over close to 6 months now. And we need to come up with plans. We need to come up with a solution. That is what is going to be taking over the African Portal Radio TV. That will be our main concentration, and that will be the conversation that we are going to be having with him on the African Portal Radio TV. I just want those of you that you are connected, please kindly share this program. It's going to help you, it's going to help your career, and it's going to open your eyes to many, many, many things that you don't know. So please, if you are connecting, kindly share it as many times as you can. The more you share it, the more opportunity to go viral. So kindly share it. My guest is already at the back of the stage that we're going to be connecting to him to put him on the spotlight on the African Portal Radio TV International. But before that, I just want to greet everyone, no matter the language you speak, no matter where you are, no matter the country you reside. I greet you according to your time zone, and I greet you according to your language. In South Africa, Dumela, Ashe, Moloi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone in northern part of Africa and to all the Muslim brothers all over the world. Shalom to all the Christians in Jerusalem. Shalom to everyone. Shalom to everyone, no matter where you are, no matter the language you speak. I greet you and I salute every one of you. I welcome you to this beautiful hour on the African Portal Radio. Remember, the more you share this program, you give it opportunity to go viral. So please keep sharing it. Keep sharing it. We cannot do it alone. We need you on board. We need you on board. My hand is very full and we need you. No matter where you are connecting, please kindly share this program. Let's celebrate this great icon of our time. Let's celebrate this great leader of our time on the African Portal Radio. That allowed me to greet every Igbo land, Kedu, in northern part of Nigeria, in Akwana. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kú dédé wòyí, ẹ káàsán náà kíra wọn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ẹ kú àtijẹ àti mo ti ogun wa ń bá káàkiri ojú òkú ní tiwa, ìbàjẹ́ òní bá wa. A ní rí gbé sọnù bí òṣì bí ọmọ lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ojúmọ́ rẹ, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà náà ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa pátápátá. Mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí àtàgbé yìí lórí the African Portal Radio nílùú Victoria. Títí rèé ló láti ń dá kẹ̀kẹ́ lókè yìí, ibẹ̀ láti ń dápọ̀ tá tí mi pọ̀. Kọ́lọ́ ń jọ kó ṣàánú kó má jojú tiwa kó fi rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn. Ẹ gbogbo tẹ́ bá ṣe kó yọrí sí rere o, tẹ́ bá ṣòwò kẹ́ jèrè, tẹ́ bá fọwọ́ yín, tẹ́ bá fi tọmọ kọ́mọ kó làkàn lámìlàkà. Ara àwọn ọmọ tó lámìlàkà tí ọmọ ológo tó ń rógo lò, ó náà làgbá sójú òpó ètò yìí. Dókítà Kunle Awotiku náà lájọ wà lójú òpó tájọ mọ́ lẹ̀pọ̀ lójú òpó ètò yìí, ṣùgbọ́n ètò yìí fún àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ mọ̀ nípa kí là ń ṣe, bóògùn la ṣe ń jánà nílé ayé, bó la ṣe ń rìn tí ní àjọ ayé fi ń rọrùn, òun náà ni ètò yìí wà fún. Ẹ̀yin tí wọlé ẹ máa bá ń share ètò yìí, ẹ máa share lógúnlógún, ẹ máa share lọ́gbọ̀nlọ́gbọ̀n, ẹ pè wọ́n nílò àga gbogbo pátá. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa báwo la ṣe lè yàn nípa pé a fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ o, àbí àwọn nǹkan wo ló wà táyẹ̀dá gan tiẹ̀ lè ṣe tó lè ran ìrìn àjò ẹ̀dá lọ́wọ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ bí ènìyàn. Òun náà ni nǹkan tí a máa pẹ̀kẹ́lù lórí ètò yìí. Kunle Awotiku wà lórí ètò wa lórílẹ̀ lórí The African Portal pẹ̀lú ọ̀gá àgbà Dúdúyẹmí Òrèké lọ́jọ́ wà lójú òpó àárọ̀ yìí, ṣùgbọ́n mo ní lọ́sàn-án yìí a wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè South Africa. Abala ètò yìí tí ó gùn jù èdè òyìnbó láṣẹ torí àwọn tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè bòmíì tí wọ́n gbọ́ èdè Yorùbá, ṣùgbọ́n ní wíwọlé tí mò ń wọlé yìí mo fẹ́ wọlé jìgà bíi akọni, mo fẹ́ wọlé jìgà bíi àfihàn, mo fẹ́ wọlé jìgà bíi ẹ̀ta táwọn Yorùbá ní tá a bá porí kọ́ ní ìdá lálẹ́ gàràgà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo ṣe fẹ́ wọlé lórí ètò yìí lónìí. Kunle Awotiku lójú òpó tí a jọ máa ṣètò yìí lónìí. Bàbá àkọ́kọ́ fèdè Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ torí bí a pè lórí bàbá ẹnìkan fi tẹ̀lẹ̀. Bá káwọn yẹn wa tó ń gbọ́ wa lé pé ẹ ti wà lójú àgbàgbé. Ó yá, ẹ káwọn yẹn wa ti gbọ́ wa lé wọlé sórí ẹgbẹ́ yìí.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí o. A kú dédé àsìkò yìí, mo kí gbogbo wa, mo kí ta nílé, mo kí tàlejò, mo kí gbogbo wa. I greet everyone and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone across the globe and across the world. I'm happy to be here. Láàárín gbogbo àgbáyé tá ti ń gbọ́ mi lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, mo kí wa o, a kú dédé àsìkò yìí o. Mo sì kí olóòtú wa, ẹ ṣé, ẹ gbà mí lálejò.
Ojú ìkórè ìbàjẹ́ òyìnbó àníri ń gbé sọnù bí ọ̀pá agbára Èdùmàrè. Mo sọ́lẹ̀ kan pé lára àwọn ọmọ tí ń rògòlò, àwọn ọmọ tó go wọn ń tàn, ògolúwa tí ń tàn tí ò ní kú láéláé, òun náà ni Kunle Awotiku yìí. Wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀mọ̀wé, wọ́n sì jẹ́ onímọ̀ tí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa tí fún tẹ̀dọ̀ bóun tí àjọ ayé fi ń rọrùn. Èdè èbó ni ó pọ̀ jù yìí, ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ fi àǹfààní yìí kí n fi gbéde Yorùbá fẹ́ tó báwo lè tò ẹ ti àkọ́kọ́ fi èdè wọn náà ká ẹ kọ́kọ́ fi kẹ̀sì wọ̀ wọ́n. Òun náà ni fi èdè Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wọlé sínú abala èdè èbó láwọn alápẹ̀rẹpẹ tí ó máa dún pàràpà lójú òpó ẹ̀mọ̀ tó bá da gúgúrú, tó bá da àgbàdo sórí iná, bá ta pàpàpàpàpàpàpàpà ó fẹ́ di gúgúrú nu. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ṣe máa ta pàpàpà lójú òpó ètò yìí tí ó di gúgúrú tí ó jẹ́ máa fẹ́ bàjẹ́ lójú ọ̀sán ti tòní. Irínwó nílé yìí, ìrè lọ́dún ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá wà pátápátá. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí àtàgbé yìí. Ọ̀gá àgbà Kunle Awotiku, inú mi dùn ayọ̀ mi kún. Tá a bá bí ni, ta ni Kunle Awotiku? Dókítà Kunle Awotiku. Ẹ bá ń ṣàlàyé ara yín fáwọn tí ń gbọ́ wá lé.
Ẹ ṣé olóòtú. Ìjẹ́ mo a lè máa yí èdè Yorùbá àti Gẹ̀ẹ́sì pọ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn ìgbà yìí kọ́ bá lè gbọ́ mi. Orúkọ mi ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni dókítà.
Abala tá a wà yìí.
Ẹ yá mo gbọ́ yín sà.
Abala tá a wà yìí, èdè Yorùbá lákàn sọ fún pẹ́rẹ́ngé tá a bá ti wọlé dé èdè Yorùbá ṣínú. Tá a bá ti kó ní èdè Yorùbá báyìí, àwọn wọlé sédè èbè lọ tí tá a máa fi jẹ̀gbádùn. Ṣùgbọ́n iye ọmọ Yorùbá, ó yẹ ká fi yọ ọmọ Yorùbá, òun náà mo fi ní ká fi Yorùbá wọlé. Ó yá, ẹ bá ń ṣàlàyé ara yín fáwọn èèyàn.
Ẹ ṣé, orúkọ mi ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni dókítà Kunle Awotiku. Mo jẹ́ ọmọ olúbíbí ìlú Èkìtì, Ìkọ̀lé Èkìtì. Mo jọ̀gá ilé iṣẹ́ Uniplan Integrated Service Limited tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà wa níbí. Mo dẹ̀ wà ní ẹ̀ka ní ìlú Ìbàdàn. Mo jẹ́ arákùnrin tí Ọlọ́run ràn lọ́wọ́ láti máa ṣe àwọn òǹkà pé àwọn bí nǹkan ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dá ní pàtàkì jùlọ bí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣe lè tẹ̀síwájú. Iléeṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run gbélé mi lọ́wọ́ yìí, ohun tá à ń ṣe ni à ń ṣàyẹ̀wò bí ọ̀dọ́ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ tó yẹ kó ṣe. À ń fúnni níṣẹ́, à ń kọ́ni ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí ohun tó yẹ kéèyàn ṣe tá a tún fi tẹ̀síwájú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì la ṣe ṣe ohun tá à ń pè ní branding lédè òyìnbó bí a ṣe ràn lọ́wọ́ kí iṣẹ́ ní fi ń tẹ̀síwájú.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, joining us. I really appreciate it. I just came in with this to let you know we are Yoruba. We are so proud of Yoruba. It's unfortunate that we have to be communicating, or I mean, speaking this language. It's not comfortable. It's not that we cannot speak it, but it's not comfortable because we still see it like a colonial language. But unfortunately, it's a medium of communication because it's the language that goes. I think it's coming in Africa that Africa will have its own language that we'll be communicating, because I know one day our generation, the incoming generation, have opportunity to be listening to this program. Africa will be delivered to the extent with language where we will be able to communicate within ourselves. But for now, this is enough. So let me welcome everybody to this gathering, to this beautiful, lovely broadcast on the African Portal Radio. I have one of our very own in the studio, Kunle, Dr. with me in the studio that we're having this conversation together. This is Career Ride on the African Portal Radio, and this is going to be a segment whereby we'll be having us every now and then. We'll be bringing this great leader on board, whereby we talk about how we can be able to build a great community, especially the youth, how the youth can be able to have a brighter future and choose career in their journey. And that is why I'm putting on the spotlight Dr. Kunle Awotiku, all the way from Nigeria. Dr. Kunle Awotiku, I really appreciate you and I welcome you to the African Portal Radio TV. Let me allow you
My
to
pleasure.
introduce your company. I don't want now. I to introduce your company to the listeners at home. You do your company and how you are bringing or putting balance in our society, most especially in Nigeria where you reside.
Oh, thank you, the presenter. I really appreciate that. Okay, so the name of my company, my name is Dr. Kunle Awotiku, the MDC of Uniplan Integrated Services Limited. We're domiciled here in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. And what we do, we have other branches across Nigeria, but the headquarters is in Ibadan. And what we do basically is manpower development. We consult, it's a consulting firm, and we engage into recruitment and outsourcing, and at the same time we do training. And in part of our management consulting, we do what is called branding, graphics and branding design for organization. And so about our core in the educational services is training in ensuring that people have their development, especially when it comes to career. And I believe that that's one of the reasons we have this program coming at this time.
All right, indeed. That is one of the reasons why we have this up this time, especially to bring balance to our community and to solve some of the problem. If you look at as a country, currently the of the university in Nigeria on strike, and these have been going on for some times now, and a lot of people seems to look at it like this is normal. Let's just leave it the way it is, especially in the academic sector. And some people seems to think that how can a university governing body have such mind to go on such a long strike is going to affect a lot of people, and a lot of students are going to be affected. But for them not to be affected, that is why you are there. You are like a kind of exit out of the current happening in university environment in Nigeria. You have a lot of program going on. Let me start with that. Kindly let us know, how are you able to help the youth, especially the university students that they are currently on strike, sitting at home doing nothing? What do you have for them?
Thank you. The honest truth I tell people is you cannot shine, or the beauty of the light cannot be felt when there is no darkness. And so what is happening in Nigeria at present is actually an opportunity for the youth to think. And just like I always say to people, that when you can think, you can link. When you don't think, you sink. And when you sink, you stink. And so it is important for the youth to think at this time and at this hour. And so without much ado, answering your question, what we do is we'll discover that the system we're even talking about, which is the school system, does not even grow the youth to be prepared for the reality out there. Majority of them are just grown for the way they hex. They are just taught on how to answer some questions in school and pass. But what we do is we have what we call an after schools academy, which is called Scriblog Academy, which is under Uniplan Integrated Services Limited. And we try in our own way to encourage the youth, one, to learn some soft skills. For example, skills like Microsoft Excel, CorelDRAW, graphic design, web development. We try to help them to learn that. We also try in our own way to ensure that the youth understand the concept of effective communication. So we take them on public speaking, how to write effectively, how to make use of content writing. We do that to help the youth. And we've been doing that now for almost all the youth that we have a privilege to engage, some for free. Let me even say majority for free. We've been doing that. Sometimes people ask us, are we an NGO? And I like to tell them that we are just only playing our own part in ensuring that the system is better. So what we do is we gather the youth and we train them on some of those things. There was a training we did of recent, which is on waste management. We actually collaborated with a company. We discovered that there are a lot of waste that is ongoing around, and how can we engage the youth to ensure that they turn some of those waste to something that is productive. And we engage this particular company together with our company, and we train the youth on how to turn the sachet water, the nylon, or any waste you can think of. How can you turn it to something that can be useful? Right in there, yeah, I have some of the waste product on my clothes that we actually worked on. And so that's some of the things that we do in Uniplan. But basically, our focus is ensuring that the youth know how to make use of their potentials and not just focusing only on their credentials. I'd like to repeat that. We help the youth to have an understanding of how to use their their potentials, not necessarily focusing on their credentials. That is the innate abilities, what they have on their inside. How can they make do of those things that God has given them? So we do that a lot for the youths.
Okay, that's a lovely one. A lot of people connected with this program. Thank you very much. I really appreciate those of you connected. Please keep sharing this program. Keep sharing it. I have with me Dr. Kunle Awotiku on the African Portal Radio TV International here in Victoria, South Africa. It's coming to you to our community, our society, most especially in an environment like Nigeria, where the university governing body is already on strike, and a lot of youth seems to take that as an opportunity for them to learn things and to also grow themselves, especially to plan for their future. Dr. Awotiku, let's look at the issue of the educational system. I'm not going to take you to your background because you are not new on this program. I think this is your second time on the. So I don't want to go to your. I just want to focus more on what your table now to bring the balance to the problem on ground. Let's look at what you are doing and what you have to offer the community or the society. Let's look at the educational system. I overheard you saying that many people go to university just to read, and most what they learn in university is not actually useful for them at the end of the day. I mean, let's talk about that. Are you saying that many people go to university, I mean, 7 years or 4 years or whatever the years they spend in school, and coming out and realize that they are actually in a wrong or in a wrong path? How can they discover themselves before getting to university? Let's look at it from that. How can people discover themselves before getting to university so that they can do the right thing at the right time?
Okay, thank you for that. Let me say that the challenge is actually based on career development. The challenge is based on guidance and counseling, career guidance. You see, a lot of youth engage themselves in courses in university based on what the parents said. I want you to be this, I want you to be that, I want you to engage in this course, this is what I want you to do. And it's a major challenge. Like I always share with people, my own parent wanted me to be an engineer. And I found myself studying agriculture and extension, spending close to 7 years in the university doing a course that is not my passion. And it's a major challenge in the system. You even see those that actually go to study what they feel that is a passion, but they don't come out to understand the basic behind it. And so what we do at Uniplan Integrated Services Limited is that we find a balance, we strike the balance. A lot of Nigerian youth goes in the university, they even have first class, but they cannot write their CVs themselves. They have first class, but they cannot answer interview questions. And so what we do is that in our own school after school program, we try to train them on what are those things that are needed in the labor market. What are those things that you need to do? So if you have studied a particular course and you feel it's also relevant in the system or in the market, what are the selling points? What are the unique selling points of that course that you feel you've done? We try to train them on that. And let's say that you've even taken a particular course. In the workforce of today, it is not the course that you've studied that is going to give you a good opportunity out there, whether it's for job or as an entrepreneur. Some of the things that are going to give you the job out there are professional qualifications. And so we have actually partnered with a lot of institutes here in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, where we help the Nigerian youth and we help the youth that we have access to actually get qualified at some of the professional courses like project management, human resource management, customer care, health and safety, negotiation techniques, web design, digital marketing, and so on. So we get to engage them on professional courses and we help them to be prepared for the reality out there. So we do that a lot. And at present, that is ongoing in our organization. And beyond those that are graduates, beyond those that just leaving school, we also have programs that we do time to time. We have one coming very soon, October 6th, at a university here in Nigeria. And that is actually a university on, what's it? Thing I would like to talk about strongly, very, very quickly, is in the area of career. Now, when we talk about career development, the truth is, a lot of the youths, when they come in and they want to even develop themselves in the career wise, a lot of them do not even understand what development can I make for myself. Let me give a case and note. You have someone that is an accountant. So the person has studied accounting, but the person does not even know how can I develop myself career-wise. And so we try to engage them in professional courses they can engage in and skills that they can acquire. So then, giving an example as an accountant, they can acquire skills like Sage, they can acquire skills like learning Microsoft Excel. We help them to do that. And we help them to see how they can develop themselves in that line. So an engineer that wants to get engineer opportunities, you want to get workforce or you want to get opportunity in the engineering sector, what are the kind of certifications that you need? If you ask an average Nigerian graduate about certifications for engineering, majority of them would tell you they don't really know. While some will tell you they know current, and that's what they know. But there are a whole lot that they should know that can help them to be well positioned in the job market out there. So we do that as an organization and we'll find a way to help them on that. And this has been on. And like we always do also, like I would like to quickly mention, when we talk about career, there are a lot of career questions that will make our students to pass through. And I feel I want to mention a few here, if I'm permitted to quickly go into that. There are a few questions will help people to actually engage in so that they would be able to prepare themselves better and do well when you talk about career. So I don't know if I can flow in.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and
Field
do
or
that.
in career. Okay,
You can
yes.
go ahead and do
Can
that.
you hear me?
Can I hear
Yes,
you
I heard that. I
clearly?
heard that. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. So there are 7 questions that we tell people to ask themselves when they actually go into a career or they want to develop themselves in a career path. And these questions can be used depending on whichever career the person has selected to go into. The first question that is so germane and is so key is the question, who am I? A lot of Nigerian youths, a lot of youths out there, a lot of people do not even understand who they are. And when you don't know who you are, which is your identity, your productivity is not guaranteed. You need to understand your person, you need to understand your persona, you need to understand what is your makeup. And in understanding your makeup, your temperament comes in play. Where you have an understanding to understand the kind of temperament that you have. Are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? So the first question that is key and is very important for career part is, who am I? And that's a question of identity. The second question that is very key is a question, where am I coming from? What's my source? That's a question of source. The third question is, why am I here? Where am I coming from? And if I know where I am now, why am I here? I always ask a lot of Nigerian youth, why are you in Nigeria? Why have you been to the university? Why have you been to the polytechnic? Why are you a graduate? Why did you serve? Why are you not serving? So it's a question of, why am I here? The position you find yourself as an unemployed individual, or the position you find yourself as someone that is not really doing so well, you need to ask yourself a question, why am I here? And that is an important question that a lot of persons need to ask themselves career-wise. Your aspiration, your desire, why are you there? And the fourth question that we always pose for people to ask themselves as they go on in career is, if you know why you're here, what do I want to put into this place that I found myself? So if I know why I'm here, then what do I want to put into the place? Like, I ask myself this question career-wise, and that is why we are doing what we're doing in Unified Degree Services in Ibadan, in Nigeria. Because why am I in Nigeria? Why am I a youth? Should I join those that are complaining, or I can find a solution? Why am I here? What can I do? What can I put into this place that I found myself? And what can I do in Nigeria? And the next question that we always tell people to ask themselves in our school is the question, what can I do? Which is potential. What can I do very well? And that's potential. What can I do? What am I good at? And the next question that we tell people to ask themselves is, where am I going to? Where exactly is my destination? Where do I want to get to in life? Where am I heading to in life? And obviously, the last one is, how do I get to where I'm going to in life? Where am I going to in life? And how do I get to where I'm going to in life? So these are German questions I would tell people to ask themselves as they go into their career paths. And we always tell people that they shouldn't joke with it, because it's one thing that will really, really help them as they move forward in life. So those are the questions I actually want to quickly talk about.
All right. Dr. Kunle Awotiku, before we continue, we have, because the practical is very important, we cannot keep on talking, do the talking, we have to do the job as well. We have to balance it, we have to be realistic, we have to face the reality and make sure that we put what we need to put in place. I'm connected of student of the African Porter Red.
Okay, your line is breaking. I want to be sure it's not from my end.
Okay. All right. We can hear. Can you hear me now?
Sorry, I'm not really hearing. Can you hear me
now? Okay. Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I guess I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Ayotomiwa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to introduce Ayotomiwa to this panel, to this broadcast, and to this conversation as well, because she's a student of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University relation, and we have Dr. Kunle Awotiku career on the African Portal. We have to make it be something that is going to be practical. If we are talking about the youth and the youth are not present in the studio to also be part of the conversation, it's like we are just talking without carrying them along. And that is the reason why I'm putting Ayomide also. She's one of the presenter on the Portal TV International, and also she's one of the students of the African Portal that we are trained to become a brother. Ayomide, can you introduce yourself to the listeners at home?
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Ayotomiwa.
Sir, I can hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is AGBOMOLA KEHINDE Victoria, and I'm a student of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University, and also a student on this radio station you are listening to right now.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I have Dr. Kunle Awotiku in the studio. That's also is a great man and is the one in charge of career ride on the African Portal Radio. We're talking about the youth. We're talking about the challenges facing the youth. We're talking about the how youth can choose career. That Dr. Kunle Awotiku is actually doing the justice to. Dr. Kunle Awotiku, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I
Thank
can
you.
hear you.
We already in the we have a student. The reason connecting to her is to balance the equation. She's a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, right here in the studio with us that will be having this conversation together. You just give us a 7 point now, Dr. Kunle Awotiku. I just wanted to elaborate
Yes.
those 7 points before I go to Ayotomiwa. I just wanted to elaborate those 7 points before we continue.
Okay, thank you. So I actually spoke on the 7 points, and I mentioned the first. I actually spoke on questions that can be asked career-wise. So when you actually going into career path, those are questions that can guide and can help. So I spoke on the first. I said that the first question is who am I? Understanding who you are. Who am I? Who am I? And that's a question of identity. Understanding your identity. Who am I? Understanding who you are. Because like I said, a lot of persons do not even know who they are. And when you don't know who you are, people can call you anything and you would believe it and you go by it and you just say that that is who I am. But when you understand your identity, then your productivity is guaranteed. And the second question I mentioned, I said that you should actually understand your source. So where am I coming from? That's the second question. Where am I coming from? What's my background? Where am I coming from? And the third question is if I know where I'm coming from, then I want to ask myself that why am I here? So if I'm coming from a destination, from coming from a place, then I find myself somewhere. And so why am I there? Why am I in that place? Why am I here? Why am I in Nigeria? Why am I a male and not a female? Why am I in Ibadan, in Nigeria, and not in Port Harcourt? Why am I in Nigeria and not in South Africa? Why am I in South Africa and not in Los Angeles? Why am I in Los Angeles and not in Australia? Why am I in Australia and not in Canada? I need to understand why I'm here. And when I know why I'm here, it is important for me to understand what, if I know why I'm here, which is very key, then I want to ask myself, what can I put into this place that I find myself? What can I put into this place? What can I do in this place? What can I put into this place? What do I want out of this place that I found myself? And what do I want to put into this place that I found myself? Like I said when I started this program, I said a lot of Nigerian youth are at home and the strike is ongoing and they find themselves at home. But the honest truth is this, they find themselves in this ugly situation. But in this ugly situation, they can actually bet a great situation out of it. Like I share that the light, you don't see the uniqueness of a light until there is darkness. And so the darkness of strike, the issue of having the students at home is actually a good opportunity for some of them to learn some skills and they will become champions in school by the time they resume. I was having, I believe in the morning on the radio today, I mentioned something of a lady that I met that I told her, what are you doing with your time? And I mentioned to her, I said, can you go learn a skill? She went ahead to learn fashion designing, even though she's not done now, but I can say that she's better off than sitting at home. I'm sure by the time she's done, when she gets back to school, that's going to become a source of income for her. She doesn't have to wait for her parents all the time. I shared on the radio this morning, I said, the two aspects that is so key for every man that can key into is dressing and food, because everyone wants to look good and everyone wants to eat. And so a lot of Nigerian youths that are at home now can begin to think in the line, oh, can I engage myself? And so what do I want to put into this place and what do I want out of this place? This ugly situation that is ASU strike, what do I want out of it? Can I use this time to do something or do I want to sleep at home and I'm just sleeping? Content writing is there, is a skill that can be learned. A lot of companies want to be visible. Social content, social marketing, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, all the skills are there. Companies want people that can help them on this line. And so we can have people that can go into that. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Continue. We are hearing you.
Okay, thank you. So we can go into that. That's a question of number 4 question. Number 5 question that I mentioned is a question, what can I do? What can I do? And I said that question is a question of potential. What can I do? What am I good at? What can I do? And this question, what can I do, is actually linked to discovery, discovering yourself. There are a lot of persons that they have innate abilities, there are things they can do on their inside, even without being told to do that or to learn that. But they have it on their inside, they can just do it. And so they can go in that part and just look at, okay, I can do this. I'm good in this area. Now, so what can I do? What are my potentials? And potentials are not just meant to be there, they're meant to be discovered because they are even more valuable than credentials that we cry about. And so, what can I do? And if you don't understand what you can do very well, you want to discover what you need to do as a youth. In career path, the APV can be used, or let me say API for now. API can be used. A youth can check the anger, a youth can check the passion, and a youth can check the interest to understand what to do in career paths. Okay, so what gets me angry? Like I share with people that what made me started the recruiting firm was the anger that I experienced when I was serving when I was actually with the bank, what I experienced as an intern with the bank. That was what gave birth to my recruiting firm. And so your anger can make you discover your potentials. Your passion can make you discover your potentials. And your interest, what you have interest in, can make you discover your potentials. Are we together?
Yes,
I
sir.
think I need to ask Ayotomiwa now, because she's a student
Yes,
here.
definitely
Ayotomiwa, are
we
we
are.
together?
Yes, sir. We are together.
Okay, good. So we
Yes.
have that as number 5. And talking about potentials, there are so many angles into it, into what can I do. We talk about discovery, talk about development, talk about branding, talk about management, talk about commercializing, and so many things that one can do in the area of potentials. But number 6 question, because of the time that I mentioned, I said, so the person needs to ask the question, where am I going to? Where's my destination? Where am I going to in life? Like I always ask a lot of youth, if you have a picture of 20, 30 years from now, in the next 10 years, where do I want to be? In the next 20 years, where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing? In the next 30 years, what do I want to be doing? It is important that we ask a question career-wise, we want to grow. So what do I want to be doing 20 years time? What do I want to be doing 30 years time? So if I thought I want to grow my career, I want to do well in my career, what I want to be doing the next 10 years, what I'm doing the next 20 years. So that is a question of where am I going to? And the last question that can be asked is actually the question, how do I get there? How do I get there? How do I get to where I'm going to in life? What are the responsibilities? What are the things that I need to do? What are the things I need to put in place for me to be able to get to where I'm going to in life? Do we get that?
Yes,
So
sir.
those are the 7 questions I actually mention all the time.
Exactly. We get that. But okay, Dr. Kunle Awotiku, I really appreciate that. I just want to quickly read something out here from Ayotomiwa. Ayotomiwa is actually going to be presenting, but before that, she mentioned something earlier on that I want us to quickly look into. He say, I have a few points on it. Education, industrial, and invest on youth through their careers. Now no one's ready to invest in youth, especially in agriculture development, employment, government failed in the aspect. And those who are overdue or to retire in government office are not ready for it through changing age or no connection, no work. That is from Ayotomiwa. Dr. Awotiku, I just want to create if you read now.
The
Then
line was breaking
look
at
at
some
that
point.
issue. She said the government is not investing on the youth. Okay.
Okay, yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you
what
now.
do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, that the
All
government
right.
are not
Okay,
investing in the youth.
what Ayotomiwa is actually trying to talk exactly. and the industry and investing on youth through their career. But right now, no one is ready to do that, and you are doing that now, investing on your youth. I just wanted to look at the issue of the agricultural development or sector employment. Government fail in the aspect, and those who are overdue to retire in government office are not ready for it through changing of age or no connection, no work.
Well, there's a whole lot to discuss in that, a whole lot. But let me start to say that we have a very poor system. Have a very poor system, and unfortunately, our policymakers are not helping matters. It's so unfortunate that we have a country where the policymakers focus more on electoral processes than educational processes. They focus more on trying to bring themselves to power than focusing on actually growing the youths and growing the manpowers in the country. And so it's a very unfortunate system. But this is what I say to the youth. Before I go into the agricultural sector, this is what I say to the youth. If we keep complaining that we don't have a good system and we don't try to create one for ourselves, we would be closer to an age that these older men would then begin to tell us, what did you do when you were younger? I don't know if I should repeat that. My good president was, I said that it is important for the youth not to any longer wait for the government. Because if we keep waiting for the government and they're not ready to relinquish the power, they're not ready to leave the power, and we keep saying that they are not doing well, and we don't try to challenge authority in another route, we don't try to challenge authority in another form, and we keep waiting for them to do things right. This set of persons, that some of them are in their 50s, 60s now, if they refuse to drop the power and they become 80s, and we that we are in our 30s, our 40s, we refuse, or 20s, let me start from the 20s, in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s, and we refuse to do what is right by channeling our own strength in another dimension, another area. This set of persons in their 80s would ask us a question: what did you do when you were younger? I don't even get that.
Yes, I get it, sir.
So this is my solution. My solution, just like I didn't get a dime from any government when I started Uniplan Degree Service Limited. I did not get any fund, neither did I get any support. In fact, when I started, I was not believed in because I was not given back to a brilliant child. I always tell people that I was told that I'm a dullard growing up. And so it wasn't something like people believed in. But I got a vision. I caught a vision. I believed in it and I pursued the vision. Today, by God's grace, this afternoon, before I came on board for this program, I was having a meeting with one of the commissioners in Oyo State here. Now, this is what I want to say to the youth listening to me. If I was waiting that the system wasn't doing well, I would not have been able to grow myself to a point that a commissioner or a leader want to listen to me talk to him. And
yes,
so,
you're right, sir.
Did you get what I'm saying? So what I share with people
yes, sir,
is why the sector is not giving you the room to grow. Look for ways to have personal development. The government cannot stop you from going online to study. The government cannot stop you from having additional qualification. The government cannot stop you from learning skills on YouTube. The government cannot stop you from going on Google to make research. The government cannot stop you from reading books. The government might not give you an enabling environment, which is quite okay. But do you know that in the darkness of the non-enough enabling environment, you can start something small and you grow gradually rather than waiting to complain? So what I tell the youth is don't complain, but comment. Now let's quickly come to agriculture, because you asked a question on agriculture and it's a germane question. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves in a system that we waste a lot of things that God has given us. And so I'm going to use myself as an example. When we talk about agriculture, that's actually what I studied in school. And there are a lot of agricultural chains. There are a lot of value chain in agriculture. So I'm going to give one example that I mentioned on the radio today, and I'll mention it here. So I went to a school in a location where two fruits called mango and cashew grows a lot. And that is in Ogbomoso, here in Nigeria. Now, when I was a student in that school, when I'm going home at the end of my program, I get to see all those mangoes on the road and the cashews on the road, and they are sold at a very cheap amount and sometimes get wasted. But all I do then, even though I had a car, was just to buy this mango or I buy this cashew and I bring it down to this other part of my place of abode and I share. I don't even sell. I don't share with people. But today, I have grown to understand that if I have that kind of privilege again, I know how to do it better. And that's what I teach the youth now. I'm a wellness person now. I make smoothie. So I can use that fruit that is so available there that they are throwing away, and I would find a way to turn it into juice that I will refrigerate and people can buy, and I can put in bottle, and I'll be making money from it from the ignorance of the governments. Because if it is not wasting, I will not have access to have enough fruits. But from this ignorance, I can come up with an idea and I will make more money from it. And so what I share with the youth is from the ignorance of the government, it can become an eye-opener for the youth to establish something new. There is no need for after school or Scribbler Academy if the government is training the people on how to write CV in school. But because nobody is training the government, our students on how to write a CV or how to go for an interview, that is why Uniplan has that opportunity to earn from that. And so what I will share with the youth is that that loophole, that gap, that thing that we feel that the government is not doing well, rather than waiting for the government, can we create a structure that we use our own little idea and we start somewhere? No doubt, I'd like to say this as I give a pause. No doubt, if we have a better enabling environment, we will do better, no doubt. But do we wait by complaining that the environment is not doing well and then we die? And when we get to heaven, God asks us, why did I give you brain? I gave the government brain and I gave you brain. Why waiting to, if the government, a governor of a state cannot do well with his brain, why are you not doing well using your own brain? You can be the light using your own brain to make the governor that has not used enough of his brain to
All right. Are you still there? It seems like your line is breaking there. All right. Ayotamwa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
All right. It seems like Dr. Kunle Awotiku line is not doing great there. Okay. Indeed. Thank you, Dr. Kunle Awotiku. We have a challenge with your network along the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Line is out. Okay, Ayotomi, well, let's do this to this today. What do you have for the people listening to us today?
What I plan for people today, I think Dr. Kunle Awotiku have mentioned it all, in time of investment in people and in time of education. The topic we have to talk about earlier today is about the youth, the youth contribution to African development. And see the way Dr. Kunle Awotiku mentioned about investing in yourself. Don't wait for any other government, And the second point, why am I here? What am I going to do? And what benefit am I going to contribute to the society and to the community and to your country at large without the government involvement and without the, So I think he has done a great job, and I even learned more,
All right.
about the API.
A great job. All right.
Yeah,
All
it's a
right.
great
Okay.
job.
Okay. All right. You just keep listening, keep following. You are
Yeah.
one of the students that affected by the ASU strike, and the solution to the problem on ground is for them to find themselves out of the problem where which government create for them. And the great thing I want to tell you about Dr. Awotiku is Dr. Awotiku have a background of study agric extension in university, Ladoke Akitola University of Ogbomoso. But today is one of the great people that creates job of opportunity for people. It think out of the box. It's not about what you went to university to study. It's about what you have inside yourself. And that gives me opportunity to introduce to you. For those still listening to us, this is a bonus for you from Dr. Awotiku. Mark needed. Located at Ashi Bodija. The secretary needed qualify SSCE and ND. Secretary needed qualify SSCE and ND. Market needed as a cosmetic product producing company who are into production of the antiseptic herbal cream. So all this available for those of you that you want to grab this opportunity. You can call Dr. Awotiku on +23481053146. For those of you that you have interest, you can also send your CV to Uniplant Plant Uniplan Integrated Service at gmail.com. You can as well do very, very much. Dr. Awotiku, are you?
Yes, I'm back. I guess the network went off the other
Thank
time.
you. No, I understand that. I
And my
understand that.
coming
It's
in, my coming
actually
in
a
now, I
grace
saw
for
that you
us
are
to.
calling. Okay, I came in and I saw that you're calling some
Yes.
job opportunities, and so I will add more to those job opportunities.
Yes.
We have those that are very good in graphic design and affiliate marketing can actually also speak with that number. We have some job in that line. If they can do marketing online, that is affiliate marketing. We also have some jobs in that line, so they could actually engage in that.
All right. All right. All right. Beautiful, Dr. Awotiku. Before we call it a day out of this program, I just want us to make sure that we address some of the issue. Currently, you have a program coming up in Ibadan, and I just wanted to talk about as well, because a lot of people will believe us. Some people need to have some associate. Having adding to their
Their qualification.
certificate. Some of them want to have probably more qualification or having a honorary doctorate degree and stuff like that. You have all that available on your table. To clip put on that and so give the people opportunity for them to connect to you for those that will need more question on that or clarity.
Okay, thank you. We actually have programs here in Nigeria that we take across a different location, and the next one coming up is actually in Ibadan at Leeds City University, and that's coming up October 6th at Leeds City University. That's here in Ibadan. The last one we did was at Covenant University. We've done at University of Lagos. We've done at University of Abuja. But now it is Leeds City University. And what do? We try to confound people, prestigious individuals or prominent individuals that are doing well in the society, what we call honorary doctorate degree. Now, we do that because we believe strongly that there are persons that have done well in the area of research, or they've done well in the area of development, or they've done well in the workforce, but they don't have enough time to have been able to go for the academic sector to go carry out their PhD program. It's not everyone that will be able to have that time. But the title can be conferred on those that we know that they've done well, and we know that they fit for such a title. So we give that out, which is an honorary doctorate degree. And we also give out what is called fellow. That's a fellowship award through our institute. We have 3 institutes that are collaborating together. We have Institute of Arts and Management Professionals. We have Institute of Entrepreneurship, Development and Human Resource Management Professionals. And we have Institute of Personality Development and Customer Relationship Management, who will be confining people, fellows of this institute, on October 6th, right here at Lee City University in Ibadan. And anyone can come from anywhere in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. If for example, someone might be coming from South Africa and the person is coming at that time, the person will be in Nigeria at that time, the person can speak with me on +2347037873678. +2340737873678. That actually my own direct line. The first line that was called is my office line, and I use that more for job opportunities. But when it has to do with talking to me directly, I just call my direct line actually. And for those that believe in this program, and because it's a seminar, everyone that loves to learn is welcome to be in the program. It's a seminar, and we're going to be talking about one basic thing that Ayotomiwa was actually talking about. And in fact, I would love to see Ayotomiwa in that program. I'd love to see Ayotomiwa in that program. Ayotomiwa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, because I'm going to actually, through this program, you actually won yourself one of my books that I've written. I've written 28 books. And so you won yourself one of my books, and you won yourself some other e-books, courtesy of Tap Radio TV and your involvement as a good student. And if your time permits, you have access to have a training on communication, that is public speaking, through this platform also. And so it's a privilege to you that you're a good student. And so anyone can attend that program to come learn. But it is not everyone that attends will be inducted as a fellow. So we'll be having some to be inducted as fellows, while we have some to be inducted as honorary doctors. And all of this is coming as opportunity. And I really want to say thank you again to Tap Radio TV for having me here on this.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. I really appreciate that, and I really commend you for the great work that you are doing in a very tedious environment where you have, but you out of it. You don't like the environment or the situation of particular environment. Value on it, and you are creating balance. Some of the in the and I really appreciate you for that. All right, before we call it a day out of this program, let me just quickly let you know, for those of you listening to us, you can be in touch with Dr. Kunle Awotiku via our line as well, and at the same time, we can as well link up with him. Dr. Kunle Awotiku, what is your advice for the youth that is listening to us? Some of them are back home now, some of them is something in their hand, they can use it for good business, not for something dubious, but for something legit. Can you on that before we call it?
Okay, thank you. A quick one that I would like to quickly talk to the youth. We have different dispensation coming from the 1780 to 2020 that we find ourselves. I'm just going to say it in the short while. From 1780, we have agricultural economy, and moving down the way, we move in technology to the point that we move to connected economy, which is 2020 that we find ourselves. But now the economy is also going into the artificial intelligence economy, where we're going to be having a lot to do with technology. So the very first advice I want to give all the youth listening to me is that they should actually by now begin to plug themselves into the advancement of technology. So look for the technological aspects of your skill and look for the technology part of what you know how to do. Go and begin to develop yourself tech-wise. Jeff Bezos, he was actually the richest man in the world, and Jeff Bezos was able to get himself that level because of Amazon. But a crazy man came on board, which is Elon Musk, and he was able to get himself into the artificial intelligence that was projected for 2030. And today, the man is the richest man in the world. And so, what I like to share with the youth, I like to say to the youth, is that please, as you are at home, begin to learn things tech-wise. Begin to acquire skills that will prepare you for the reality of the market. And that being said, I also like to say to the youth that it is important for you to begin to read books. Please, a reader is a leader. Don't allow a month to go by and you don't read a book. It is not the best. Read something. Ensure you are reading. It is important you read. Let me give you this word and I want you to hear it carefully, please. Don't wait for school to build you. Build yourself that the school will be happy you are in school. I will repeat that. Don't wait for the school to build you, but build yourself that the school will be happy that you're a student in the school. This is not a talk for today, but I like to say that the real definition of a student is not someone that has come to school to only come to the classroom to learn, but the true meaning of a student is someone that has come to the environment to learn. It then means that if you have been taken out of the environment of the four walls of the classroom to learn, there is another school you find yourself now, which is the school of your room, the school of your house, the school of your street, the school of your town, the school of your state, and so begin to learn there. And in this school, which is the school of life, it is important you learn and make use of what you know how to do. Just like Alvin Toffler said, that the literate of the 21st century will not be someone that cannot read or write, but someone that cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And so I want to beg everyone listening to me through this platform, go and begin to unlearn, go and begin to learn, and be ready to relearn, because that is going to really, really help you. And don't forget that your potential is far better than your credential, because your potential is your credential that will make you essential and influential in life. So don't joke with your potentials. I repeat, I studied agri-economics and extension, but by God's grace today, I do well in the area of communication. Don't wait for just your credentials. Celebrate your potentials. Celebrate your innate abilities. Your potential is your credential that will make you essential and influential in life. And no matter your errors, no matter the mistake you've made, even though you have not used the 7 months or 8 months at home very well, please don't kill yourself. Don't feel bad. Commend yourself and start now, because it's never too late to start something that is good. And errors are not errors, but they are mirrors for adjustment. Get it now. Move to it. Be ready to fly and let people celebrate you. And of course, I know Tap Radio will be looking forward to celebrate you. As I, Kunle Awotiku, I'll also be looking forward to celebrate you. You can share your testimony with me online. You can check me on Instagram, I'm Awotiku Kunle, or you send to me on WhatsApp with the number I called, and I'll be ready to listen to your testimony. I believe in everyone, and strongly I want to say thank you to my brother for having me here. My very love and dear brother, for having this program, and of course to Tomiwa, the representative of the students at home. In fact, something
Yeah,
just
you're
came
right.
to my mind. Something just came to my mind. Students at home should actually be a book to be written.
Exactly. Exactly. That is exactly what I was actually intentionally. I didn't tell Tomiwa that this is going to happen. I intentionally master plan all this just to keep a kind of balance on the conversation. But I really appreciate you, Dr. Kunle Awotiku, for the offer given to Tomiwa. Tomiwa, please, those offer, take it with your two ends, and it will take you far. So there is a
Yes,
book
sir.
coming
Thank you,
up,
sir.
which the title is going to be the title is going to be Student at Home by Dr. Kunle Awotiku. Watch out for it.
Yes, so yes, so.
Oh,
All right. Dr. Kunle is up to now. Yes. Before we round up this, I just quickly want to do quickly. We have few few companies people doesn't know about, and this is an opportunity for other people as well. There is something happening in other advanced country. Let me just use that word, but it's not really so much in Nigeria. But some people have introduced it to Nigeria. A care home. We have a company that we are promoting on the African portal, and one of the great company that is doing very well for them, and they are already cut across the globe, and they are doing very, 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 very well out there. And today we are putting them on the spotlight on the African portal. KMD Care Home is in Nigeria now. If you have somebody of the elderly people age and you are thinking of keeping them in your house, no, take them to KMD. Is in Lagos. That's me, and their number is already on the screen as well. You can speak to them. They are bring solution to this issue of elderly people. So don't let your parents experience pain at their old age. Rather allow them to go to KMD to have a better life. There is gym. There is always opportunity for them to meet other elderly people as well, to mingle with elderly people, and at the same time, there is also opportunity for them to have different place to exercise, to relax, and stuff like that. And they have daycare as well. Keep your parents with them, and then when you come inside the day, you can go back and fresh them. And at the same time, they have a space where they can also keeping your parents home and calling them witches and witches and to mistreat them. That is all now of Nigeria. So KMD is based in Lagos. Please get in touch with them. I'll speak to me personally. I will link you up with them. Thank you very, very much for those to that. And also we have a company here in South Africa, also in Nigeria, is BOLAD in Nigeria, and here in South Africa is called LABODS. LABODS is a company, as a matter of fact, they are one of the companies that believe in what we are doing, and they're dedicated to be promoting. So LABODS is the only place we can recommend to you to send things across the globe. LABODS Freight is service solution, and they also have BOLADS Logistic also in Nigeria. Their number is already on the screen. Please call LABODS for everything you want to send within Nigeria, whether from Port Harcourt to Lagos, from Lagos to Onitsha, from Onitsha to Aba. Call LABODS. Their number is already on the screen. You will never regret of doing so. They have a branch here in South Africa and also in Nigeria. And thank you so much to LABODS for believing in what we are doing as the African Portal Radio, and supporting us as well. And at the same time, I also have the company of my dear brother here that we are going to be partners together on this career ride. Career ride is not going to be once-off program. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a program that is going to be continued as the African Portal. We put it upon ourselves to also work with Dr. Kunle Awotiku. So Dr. Kunle Awotiku will be always coming up to encourage the students. They need it at times such as this, when the government already failed most of the youth. So youth need an empowerment, and there needs to be enlightened. And that is why we are putting this program together. So that is just that. At the same time, we also going to be bringing some of the company on board as well. It's very important, and they are doing so great in our community, in our society, most especially here in South Africa. And for those of you that you love drinking Sobo, we have it. We are distributor of products. You saw it on my social media and all my space as well. So it's already here in Victoria, also in South Africa, in Cape Town, in Durban. No matter where you are, call on us. We will definitely link you up with it. If you like drinking, it's good for your health. It's immune booster. It's immune booster. The company manufacturer it is here in South Africa, and we are sole distributor now. So please connect with me as well. I will definitely link you up. Those are the.
I'm waiting for my own Zobo
on this program as we signing out of this program. Definitely, we will get you connected to that by the grace of.
Sorry, let me quickly interrupt on that. Let me quickly interrupt on this Zobo.
Zobo tutu.
Can you hear me?
Please do that.
Seconds in interruption to the Zobo.
I can hear you. Please do that quickly.
I'm actually a wellness coach also, and so let me give this opportunity out for ladies, the first 10 that are very serious in learning wellness, things in the area of wellness. It's the Zobo that you mentioned that actually reminded me that I wanted to empower some ladies at home in that area. For those that I want to learn things in the area of wellness, just the first 10 that are listening to this program, and this is the code that they will use. Ayotomiwa, thank you.
I'm the number one.
No, Ayotomiwa, you can be number one. But the code is Ayotomiwa, thank you. That's the code to get that wellness. So when I see Ayotomiwa, thank you on my +234 7037 873678, and you put Ayotomiwa, thank you, I already know that what you are saying is you want to join the wellness class. So thank you, sir, for that.
All right, all right. That's a very beautiful. That's a very beautiful one. You see, opportunity is one of the things, and the communication is the key. You know, advantage of communication. If you are listening to this program, I think at the end of this program, you will have a loss to your soul. There will not be any complaint that there is no balance in our community, because there's job opportunity on this program. There is also a kind of training for women that they are not doing. You are just sitting home. You are not doing anything. There's opportunity for you on this program as well. And at the same time, in South Africa, people complain the government of South Africa is not giving foreigner job. But think out of the box. Create job, create job, create job. And that is what the African Portal Radio is all about. We bring you what we bring solution to the problem in our community and our society. I sincerely want to appreciate everyone connecting with us. I really thank you. This is the African Portal Radio TV International, coming to you from Pretoria, South Africa. And I'm Dario Luso, coming to you also from this great radio station, the African Portal International. Thank you for the pleasure of your time. I really appreciate every one of you. Dr. Kunle, thank you for coming out, and thank you for the love, and forever we continue doing it. A lot of things is coming up. Watch out for 2023. We have so much coming up. Is that, I mean, Dr. Kunle, you can testify to that.
Yes, a whole lot is coming 2023 from the partnership from our hand, and of course partnership with Mr. Dario Luso and his company. And so I want everybody to, especially in the area of communication, journalism, communication, broadcasting, going global, moving from the local arena to the global arena. Please don't just be ready. Just be ready. And please don't wait for that time to connect. Start connecting now, because that time it will be crowded. So just start connecting now. But a lot is coming. A lot is coming about. A lot is coming.
Start connecting now. Start connecting now. You can hear that yourself. A lot is coming. Start connecting now. I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being this conversation. I really appreciate you. Ayotomiwa is a student of international studies in University Ile-Ife. Is also one of the students on the African learning to become one of the journalists on the African. To Dr. Kunle Awotiku, I really appreciate you once again for coming to this broadcast this hour. From here, I'm pausing and I'm getting out of English. I'm putting on my agbada of Yoruba. Wọ́n ní ẹni tó ṣojú òṣè bí ẹni tó ṣẹ̀yìn. Wọ́n ní ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó ní tó mọ́ni lójú, ẹnìkan ní òwò bí tí a wà. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wò wá, èyí tí ń gbọ́ wá, èyí tí ń tẹ̀lé wa. Gbogbo wa náà là ń dúpẹ́ láti inú ilé agodo yìí. Ayọ̀tọ́miwá wà nínú ilé agodo, akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga yunifásítì ti Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀. Òun náà ni mo sì ní ọ̀gá àgbà onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ètò àti nípa bá a ṣe ń gbéṣẹ́ kalẹ̀ tó lọ kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ ọ̀gbìn. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ọwọ́ tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, ìmọ̀ ọ̀gbìn ò jẹ lọ mọ́ o, ètò tó wá ń jẹ lọ lọ́wọ́ yìí náà ni pé báwo la ṣe lè bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ láàárín wa. Oúnjẹ àwọn èèyàn ni gbogbo ẹ̀ náà.
Irọ́ ó ń gbìn àwọn èèyàn.
Kó má ti gbófo náà ni. Ó ń gbìn àwọn èèyàn. Ṣé ẹ ti gbọ́ bá wọn?
Ó ń fìdí wọn múlẹ̀.
Ọlọ́kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ ọ̀gbìn, ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àwọn èèyàn ni wọ́n ń gbìn báyìí wọ́n ti ń gbìn àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ń fìdí àwọn èèyàn múlẹ̀ ojú òní tì yín o Dr. Kunle Awotiku ní ṣe tẹ́ sì ṣe ní àṣedànù lágbára ìgbà rẹ̀ orúkọ ọ̀kan lọ́wọ́ yìí ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa a sì gbọ́dọ̀ fi ọmọ Yorùbá ká fi wọra wa ṣe rí èdè tá à ń sọ yìí ìdí tá a gbọ́dọ̀ fi máa sọ tá a bá sọ èdè èbó lọ tá a tún gbọ́dọ̀ sọ Yorùbá ni wípé àwọn ọmọ wọn mọ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ ọmọ fáwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe pé bóyá pé torí pé lọ́pọlọ la fi ń sọ èdè titi wa ṣùgbọ́n láti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé èdè wa òun ní nǹkan tá a ní nǹkan ni ó kù wá kù torí ẹbí pé láwọn èdè wọ́n ń tiraka láti pé Yorùbá àdúgbò di ohun ìgbàgbé ẹ má jà sọ wa lọ èdè òun náà ló sọ ń tá a jẹ ẹ ní gbọ́ Kunle Awotiku kẹrù pàwùsá ni ẹ ti mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni ẹ sì ní gbọ́ Àyọ́tọ̀mí wá kẹsẹ pé ọmọ Ìgbò ni ẹ ti mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni ẹ sì ní gbọ́ Dáre Olúsan kẹ ní ọmọ Zulu kẹ ní Zulu ni ẹ ti mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni èdè yìí náà lèdè tó pé tó sọ ohun tá a jẹ ojú òsì ní tiwa ìbàjẹ́ ní bá wa o àní rí gbé sọnù bí òṣèbí ọmọ ní mo fàdágbé ètò yìí rọ̀ sí Àyọ́tọ̀mí wá. Mo ní kó o dágbére fáwọn èèyàn wá gbódọjọ́ mi ò dọjọ́ rí.
Ok o ó dàbọ̀ èyí tẹ́ ń wò wá lé a máa pàdé ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀.
ṣe rí pé ó ti ń fọgbọ́n ọ̀rá ń kọ̀rẹ́ tẹ rẹ̀ ó ti ọ̀rá ń kọ̀rẹ́
Kunle Awotiku tó
ní ìwòtọ́ mọ̀ nìkan tó sọ yìí a pàdé lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lágbára Èdùmàrè.
I'm big use of the API, anger, passion, and interest. That's the key for this week.
Wow.
And now API.
Okay. I think Dr. Kunle Awotiku mentioned something like that.
Yeah, he said API. That's what he used on our own way of growing up, development, anger, passion, and interest. So I think that would be really great. Like,
wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. At least
I picked that.
That's one of the. Ẹ ṣe ẹ̀yin tí gbọ́ wá nílé ojú òní tì í ṣe rí pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀dá ní orí ilẹ̀. Dr. Kunle Awotiku àwọn kan wò yín wọ́n nípa ọmọ Yorùbá ni yín wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n ó dà pé èdè Yorùbá ò lè dùn lẹ́nu yín. Mo nírọ́ ni wípé Awotiku tẹ́ wo ọmọ Ìbàdàn paraku ni Yorùbá tó wà lẹ́nu Awotiku ó ju èbó tó wà lẹ́nu wọn lọ. Ẹ bá ní dágbére fáwọn èèyàn wa pé ó dijọ́ mi ò dọ̀jọ́ ẹ ṣàlàyé ara yín fún wọn.
Ó dáa náà ó dàbọ̀ ó dìgbà mo kí yín mo kí gbòòrò alẹ́ mo ní akúdédé àtòyẹ mo ṣeun tẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ mi o ẹ fetí kàlẹ̀bẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ mi ẹ nígbé talẹ̀ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ṣebí mi ọmọ yín náà ni mò ń kí yín ni mò ń sọ pé a kò ní ríra wa ká máa sọnù a ò ní ríra wa ká máa sunkún ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ajá máa sọnù ká má bàa sọnù nítorí pé lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ tá a mọ̀ ríra ire la mọ̀ rí o ẹ ṣé ó dìgbà.
Èyí pé ọmọ ni wọ́n ọmọ Yorùbá sì dùn lẹ́nu wọn. Gbọ́dọ̀ tó wọ̀nyí tó ń tẹ̀lé wa ojú òní tí yémi náà ni ọmọ yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín olólùfẹ́ yín Olúdáre Olúsọmọ olùṣọ́ àgùntàn Samuel Olúṣẹ́gun Olúṣọ́ ibi náà pápá dámọ́tàn fọmọkùnrin bọ̀lẹ̀bọ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ tó sì ń sọ ọ̀hún kárí bíi kọ́lé sí ọmọ ní ọjọ́ kẹfà tí ń ṣerúkú lẹ́lẹ́tòjọ́ orí tẹ̀jẹ́ láti lè yá mi dògìdá pábí ẹkùn bàbá mi ò sí lélà àjàsán tí máa ń bẹ́ lé adúmbò ẹran fún mi jẹ ọmọ orí mo lùsì lèmi ọmọ ají fọ́ọ̀rẹ̀ ṣe tiẹ̀ jẹ Ọlọ́run ọba aládùúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ọba tó ní wọ́n ọba tó mọ̀ wọ́n ọba tó mọ̀ ń tájọ ọba tó mọ̀ ń tájọ ọba tó lókun ẹ̀mí wa àkọ́kọ́ dá òun náà lọ́lọ́run olùalágbára olùalágbàwí olùlógún àrà olùlọ́ba ńlá olùlọ́ba tó ní wọ́n olùlọ́ba tó mọ̀ wọ́n olùlọ́ba tó mọ̀ ń tájẹ àwọn Ọlọ́run ọba tó fún wa láǹfààní tó jẹ́ àṣetò tòní Ọlọ́run àdúpẹ́ Elédùà àdúpẹ́ ìlú Ìbàdàn láti bí lọ́mọ Ìbàdàn ní Olúyọ̀dé ìlú Ìbíkúnlé alágàlá ológòdó kẹ̀ríkẹ̀rí lójú ogun wọn lé Jagunlabi òun la fi Ìbàdàn mọ́jà tán fi kára wájú tán fi kó wọn lẹ́rú ọmọ agbó sọ́sà mọ́sà ọmọ ayàyàyà mọ́yà Ìbàdàn níjẹ́bẹ̀ ní wálẹ̀ o ojú òní tẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa àníri gbé sọnù yóò ṣe bí ọmọ lágbára Èdùmàrè ó dọjọ́ mi ó dọjọ́ re ó dijọ́ mẹ́jọ o á pàdé láyọ̀ níre ẹ máa pe Dr. Awotiku fún gbogbo tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ àbí nípa àwọn nǹkan tí ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ pé Dr. Kunle Awotiku ẹ pàdé Ayọ̀tọ̀mí wá lọ́sẹ̀ tí ń bọ̀ lórí àkọ́tún ètò lágbára Èdùmàrè èmi náà wà lórí ètò yìí orúkọ mi ò yí padà èmi náà ni ọmọ yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín Olúdáre Olúsọ ó dàbọ̀ ó dìgbà ire o ire kà ó dàbọ̀. ire lójú owó rí. Ẹ bá fẹ́lẹ́ ìjẹ̀gbádùn sí láfi pàdé yín lọ́jọ́ míì. Ọjọ́ rẹ̀ ẹ bá fún ní ìjẹ̀gbádùn. Ẹ bá fún ní ìjẹ̀gbádùn.
Bye-bye.
Ẹ bá fún ní ìjẹ̀gbádùn.
All right, sir. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.